Hey, bugs, it's Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, much love to all of y'all. Thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please support a sister by sitting up here, hitting the notification bell so you can know when I'm about to upload my next video. And if you're comfortable, drop a line to me. I would love a chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback or you're allowing me to know about your empathic gifts. So if you see the videos are uplifting and just give you good vibes, you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath or maybe going through trying times and need spiritual guidance or confirmation, validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share while you're at it. Thumbs up, like, and also share on social media favorites wherever you see fit. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. As always, and I hope you are able to resonate with the content of my video. I'm listening to Jason Stevenson's meditation channel. It's called Manifest Miracles, Calm the Mind, Remove All Negative Blocks, and Release Stressors. And let me see what video I am doing. Today is called Twin Flame 101. Use your hardship to be the motivation towards the power of change. It's true, you know, a lot of us are really trying to work through either if it's forgiveness, healing, cutting cords, allowing yourself to have acceptance, being accountable for everything that you consume, as well as you project and reflect out towards things. There's a lot of things that we can sit up here and complain about. That's the easy thing. You can complain about everything up under the sun. But if you know you're not putting in the initial work that the universe is asking you for, only person you can fault is yourself. You know, when there are certain situations or certain energies you're tired of merging with, or you're trying to be out of that type of level of frequency, you're going to allow yourself to put in that work of everything that is taking place within your path. You know, a lot of times we go through things and it could be, you know, ending karmic cycles, you know, or a toxic relationship. At times, you know, when people are placed in your lives to be able to allow you to see the triggers that you may hold, see the toxic vibes that you have. It's like we're both being mirrors towards everybody we show connections with. You know, as Heyokas, we are that mirroring thing. And a lot of times when our vibration is already enough to be intimidating with other people. And it is just all about being able to look at everything. And a lot of times it took me a long time to be able to see every situation I've gone through, whether it hit deep, anything that shook my life up and made me see certain things in a lot of deeper ways. It was hard, but then I allowed myself to see everything that I've surpassed. You know, it was just a blessing, because a lot of times it's all about how you see your situations. Are you allowing yourself to still be connected to what wounds that brought you towards this path? And, you know, you're allowing that to define you. And a lot of times I didn't realize unsubconsciously I was defining myself to that. I was attaching myself to my painful experiences, and just being able to say now, you know, I went through some dark moments. Who hasn't? But I'm allowing myself to hold myself accountable. You know, being able to see situations that I wasn't supposed to change, but it was supposed to change me for the better. You know, whatever I was lacking in my life, it brought the attention of things that I had to become healing with, allowing myself to be accepted of all things that has taken place. Is showing through you know, the truth. And a lot of times the truth is not pretty. You know, if you have to really deal with some things that has really took place in your life and it shook you to the core, it's allowing you to know there's something that needs to change within yourself for us to be able to get out of those environments that we are really so past eager to get out of, you're going to allow yourself to go all in for that. It can be hard at times. A lot of times it make it feel like that is just not going to work. You're getting frustrated because things is not falling into place like you planned. And a lot of times when we're doing that, that is giving you that ammunition to give it all you have. Even when things are not going off like you think it will be, or how you felt like you would come into a bigger manifestation from all that work that you're doing. It's allowing you to say, who's to say it's not going to happen for you? It's all about what you're willing to do. If you're really wanting something to take place in your life, you have to allow yourself to do a lot of things that you weren't able to do, or you didn't allow yourself to do before. I looked at a lot of situations where I allowed myself to be manipulated. I felt like I was deserving of that. I didn't know my self-worth. I didn't have that love for myself. I didn't have confidence or faith and belief in anything I was doing, because I felt like all the things that I went through, anytime there was something that was happy in my life, it was only momentarily. And those were the outcome, not actually the outcomes, but the experience to make me know there's something bigger coming into my life that I didn't see coming from those situations that has gone in my life. Being able to I can sit up here and play victim all day about what my experience was and who I can hold accountable, but just being able to be honest about my emotions and the parts that I played. And a lot of times when you're going through situations, it's easy to come up with an excuse. And a lot of times when you're, within yourself, or even people that you're around, they can come up with every problem to every solution. Okay. If you're tired of being in a certain situation, what is that environment, life lessons being projected onto you that you need to learn within yourself on what needs to change, what you need to, focus on, what you need to heal from, what you need to let go of, detach from, allowing yourself to, come accountable for that strength is in there, because all these things is triggering something that you need to acknowledge. And I had to allow myself to know, look at all the things that has taken place in your life, yet you're still here. There's been times that I tried to make that decision, and God made sure that didn't surpass. He's like, nah, we ain't ready for you yet. Go back. We still need you here. You won't get over this, and you're gonna get through it. If I'm putting you in it, you're gonna get through it. And a lot of times it's been that way. I can really relate to a lot of people when you have gone through heavy depression, anxiety, transitional thoughts. You know what I mean by that? You got to be very particular about what words you use here. Within that change, and a lot of times our burdens feel hard to bear. And it's just like, what do you feel like this situation you need to change in? And it's like that one key, yourself. I had to allow myself to see the life lessons through the heartbreaks, deception, lies, just because people don't want to hold themselves accountable and want to take that spotlight off of them and keep it all on you. It is what it is. I look at all my situations, and there's times I cry, and I tell God it's not fair, for all these different things that's going on. I'm trying my best to be, being all I can be, trying to work on my best version of myself, even when things are not going the way I choose to have it. But it's at that point that I had to allow myself to do what's better for me. If everybody else is doing what they need to do in their best interests at heart, no matter who that they're traumatizing for somebody else, I have to be able to allow myself to not see those situations as very traumatizing, but just giving me that acknowledgement of what I need to see within myself. You have it's just your vibration. It brings a lot of enemies beside that. And the more you become, awoke, awaken to your, I'm trying to see what word I'm trying to use. When you're knowing of yourself and all the spiritual aspects of yourself, and when there's people who are still on that voyage of finding out about themselves, sometimes you can be appreciated because you're showing them like, dag, that person, they told us our story, the things that they struggled with, the things that, they had issues with, they still came determined. They kept on going, and allowing whatever happened didn't define them about what is taking place in their life, but just being that person that will overcome what tried to define them. Being able to see that was my moment in time, no matter how that situation was and was presented to me. It's about how I'm finding myself, loving myself, doing what's deserving of myself, being very selective about what I select to choose to be in my life. What am I going to tolerate? What I'm not going to tolerate? Am I allowing people to, am I projecting, egotistical vibes off on somebody, or speaking through fear, or am I allowing myself to come through understanding? Even when you won't do certain things to people, you have to understand everybody's playing their part. If you see somebody that doesn't want to encourage you, constantly want to gaslight you, or just basically maybe comparing certain things that they may have that you don't, this is letting you know, when people are just in their mind of doing that, is this more about them, because they're living through fear. And when you live through fear, it tends to project out, control and manipulation. And those are the things you can look at, whatever your struggle is in your situation. Being able to allow yourself to keep motivating is just like, okay, if I'm allowing myself to get out of a very toxic environment, if I work hard, those enemies on the outside can't disturb anything on the inside, because there's no longer an enemy there. So I'm allowing myself to focus on everything that needs to be healed, the things I need to hold accountable for within myself, taking responsibility for my own actions, not taking a load from other people. I'm not trying to sit up here and allow myself to force somebody to heal, or force somebody to understand how, their actions are hurting me. You can't do that. People, if you have to be repetitive about it, it's just became a habit. When you're allowing yourself to not be happy in your day-to-day life, are you allowing yourself to produce, or, go into that function of forming a foundation to change the aspects of what is taking place in your life? Because a lot of times universe will turn that heat up, just because it's like, if they didn't do this, you will still be in a certain place, and you will be accepting things that is not even deserving of you. It's like you deserve so much more. So they put us in situations where you have no choice but to change how you move about things, how you allow yourself to respond. Are you observing certain situations, or are you allowing yourself to absorb, becoming that motion that is being, trying to pull you out of your element? When a lot of times when people are doing that, or even with the situations, it's just allowing you to know those things are powerless without your attention to it. When you take the attention away, you take the power away. Even when you go through things like that, I looked at a lot of things that went on in my life, and I try not to allow myself to place judgment, and that's a really hard when it came to my situation. But just being able to say, for the things that has been shown to you, that's been shoved into your face, you're doing a pretty good job. It could have been a lot worse, even though I didn't think anything could be worse than that. But being able to see the person I'm becoming from those circumstances, I'm truly blessed for that. Being in toxic situations, whether it was from my own self, or from my family, or my count, not even my counterparts, but people that I chose to date, or even people that I chose to have as friends. I had to become a best friend to myself first. A lot of times I didn't want to be by myself. I felt like I wasn't important until I had a lot of people around me. But it can be a million people around you. And if they're just not relating to you, you can feel very alone in situations where there's a lot of people around you. Where, if you see, like, growing up seeing the little teen movies that they had, where all these people, they got the mean girls or the mean guys. And, a lot of those people that hung out with them agree with everything that they did, instead of saying, hey, that's not really good. I don't deal with that. And they actually showed some people that actually went against that. But there are some people felt like, oh, if I don't agree with everything they're saying, I'm not going to be liked. That's not good, because you're doing something that is not in that vibration of you. So why you allow yourself to be in a situation where it's like, whatever is going on, this is not your type of, your flow, and it's theirs. It doesn't have to mean you have to be with yours, but you have to come to that point where you allow yourself to step up, saying, hey, you can do what you want to do. This is not healthy for me. It ain't healthy for you, but I have to be able to recognize that within myself. Whatever you do, that's what you do. That's based off of, hurt and ego and all those different things. And I can look at the stuff that I've had, and it allowed me to know when you know you can do something and really contribute in the world of something very passionate, it can start a virus of some kind of positivity, love, and light. The devil will do any and everything to make sure that doesn't happen. But God will use that same instrument that devil put there in for you, distractions, for you to end up being determined and motivated about the cause that you choose to contribute to. And I love all those different things, just to be able to tell myself, hey, if I didn't like how, there'll be times where I didn't like how I presented a video and I'm just like always focused on one subject, or I wasn't giving it all I got. Let me allow myself to restart and go again. There's times that I do that, and it's like you have to be real when it comes to situations to do. Okay, that you ain't giving your all to it. So if it sloppy, you can't get mad if somebody is not reciprocating that, or if they with it. And a lot of times, somebody trying to do something personal for themselves, if they over complimenting you. But all these different things is showing you, give it all you have. If you don't like the situation you're in, allow yourself to put in the work so you don't no longer have to continue to be in that situation. And that's what universe is getting you to do. Don't get complacent in complaining. You can complain all day. What is that going to do? Nothing. It's going to create heavier vibes that's really not going to be productive for your cause that you're trying to invest in. But when you're allowing yourself to use those as that focus point to be able to say, I don't want my life being like this anymore. I'm tired of dealing with certain people, or I'm tired of being in a situation where I'm not heard, I'm not respected, I'm not loved. What I'm trying to put out is not being pushed back. I don't have to allow myself to kill things with kindness. Hell, just allow yourself to not even, allow you to stop giving attention to, because a lot of times even that kindness, people take that for granted. But when you take that attention away and you're not allowing yourself, to be in certain situations where somebody's trying to make you upset or trying to make you sad and stuff like that, I see situations that on my mind I go through like hell. They don't take a day off. You try to come in with all kind of jazz, and it's like I'm at that point now. I'm here for it, and I appreciate that because that keeps me more determined on what I don't want to deal with anymore. This is just not for me, And a lot of times I look like, why I thinking? Why did I allow myself to go that route? Because I was moving through illusion of what I thought I deserved. And a lot of times you don't realize the most hardest thing you go through is a blessing in so many different ways. You don't see until after you have gone through it. And then, or even when you're on the verge of ending it, that emotional, it's like an emotional, turning point in your life that you gave everything you had to make sure that you didn't ever feel a certain way again. And then you're going to look at certain situations that really just took you out, out of element where it was very uncomfortable because it put you through new moves. You feel a new friction. And those are the things you have to do to be able to ignite. Like you have that purpose to create your own passion within yourself, whatever your mission is, your gift is, all that can collaborate with it. And it always happens through those rocky moments of despair or hurt or some kind of dark moments you're going through. And I look at all the things that I do, and it's just like when I didn't have that platform or that outlet that I can talk to people, about the situations I've gone through. I know how lonely that felt, or, I felt like I was scared to present myself to people to see if they understand what's going on, or, or if they feel like I need to, I'm not stepping up and giving it all I got, or am I allowing myself to make excuses instead of progress? You'll start seeing when you're allowing yourself to make progress instead of making excuses. I don't have time right now, or I may be scared, or, I don't know how to go about it. When you know that you're being set to do something and you really want that clarification or that confirmation that you're really needing from the universe, you're asking, hey, I need assistance. I know these are the things that I really truly enjoy, but can you show me some kind of guidance or connect me with a person that can show me, how I can go about certain situations like that. And when they see that you're being open for that and you're asking for assistance, which is free will, they're going to do anything in their power to make sure that you're doing exactly what you said you're going to do. And they're also going to give you that support and guidance that you need to get through that. And then when you're doing that, you'll start to see the change that are taking place in your life. You're allowing yourself to put up, not putting up walls of trust issues and hurt, thinking everybody is connecting with you is out to get you, or they have that vendetta against you. A lot of times people can be very genuine, but a lot of times you also have to realize that vibration that we hold dear, that may be very toxic, it gravitates people that we can, relate to those situations. And you'll notice the changes coming up when the people in their vibration starting to change. And I notice that just with my interactions, I might deal with people that go against that vibration, or they may come out in a heavier way, and I have to allow myself to not take that personal, because that's just how that person is, and then appreciate how the fact is, I'm proud of myself, because any other time it would have either been me like being in the bad girls club, or just slicing folks with my words. And now it's at that point where I'm being very selective and being mindful, like this doesn't even need my energy or my acknowledgement. If you can't come correct, don't come correct at all. Everybody has the right to disagree, to agree, but it's all about how you choose to present your type of words that you want to use for somebody. Because it's just when you can come to a point of not having an argument, a fuss, a fight, or debate. It's just about having a conversation. It's okay for everybody to have their different views about different things. And then you can still be for the same cause. That means different people can go through different actions. If that doesn't work and that doesn't progress on anything, you can start back over. And a lot of times it's hard to do that and starting back over. But it's telling you it's okay to start over, because you never know what view you may get from that time. You never know what insight that you're going to have from the things that is taking place. And for that, it becomes a blessing to you. And it's just a lot of different things that are taking place in my life. They hit heavy, but then I'm also at that point where it happens so many times. I already know what is taking place and can truly appreciate it. So when you're going through the things you're going through, yes, I can agree. It can get very hard. It can get very overwhelming as well as annoying. But trust and believe these tests are there to keep you on your toes, to be persistent. They want you to be able to cut away from the things that's no longer serving you, that no longer deserves your connection or your attention. Allowing yourself to be that person, even though I know how it is hard to let go of things, especially if it's something that has been caused to you that has not been acknowledged or even got closure to. I understand that, but you have to know everything that happens like that is for a reason. And when you're moving the first foot, or the first steps of being something, and it's for good intentions, and it's for compassion, understanding, or just having that calmness of closure, you're going to get it. It may not be when you want it, but it's going to come in that time. It's going to work out better than you ever ever imagined, because of those situations. And you're going to be really grateful for it, even though it may have put you through the ringer. It allowed you to become the strongest person, of being able to allow yourself that I'm not going to be open to select anything that's less than what I deserve. I don't settle for anything. If somebody want to pull me into that chaos, you need to meet me on the level of peace, because I'm not about to just lower my standards for that. And then you're going to allow yourself to see all that change that took place in the hardships that you experienced. So I hope that you were able to resonate with the content of this video, y'all. I love y'all to death. We are going through so many different changes, but when we're allowing ourselves to put the best foot forward and being strong within our love, our light, and our compassion, being able to change within our own views and our own lives, it starts with us first. We want that change. We have to be that change that we want in the world, and that's happening right now. So I hope that you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I love y'all to death. Like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop a line. I leave all my contact information in the description box below. It's just for, networking, spiritual connection, or just, you want to have a deeper understanding about certain things, or there's things that you may need to share. I always feel like I love to be able to learn off other people just like they learn off of me. Enlightenment is knowing that you don't know everything. And you never know what you may learn within that day. So I would love to give a post notification shout out to Annie J. Much love to you. Justin R 5676. Tina Elliott, as well as Brian Dodry and Cash Lane Harrells. Much love to you as well. So good for y'all to come by. If you're new to the channel, welcome. It's so good to have you. I hope whatever you're trying to manifest in your life comes so much bigger and better than you ever imagined. It comes so much sooner than you ever expected. With everything going on, make sure within your social distance that you can give out love, light, positivity, vibes, words, and frequencies. You never know. All those kind gestures can really take somebody a long way. I hope you are having a prosperous week, and you're protected from anything that tries to get you out, and see the good in every situation, no matter what it is. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love. Peace.